All right, so let's pick up at slide number 14 now. Let's talk about the harmonic system in minor keys. So, to understand the harmonic system in minor keys, let's look at an example of a song. Let's look at Pat to Pan, page 265 in your songbook, a French Christmas tune here. And go ahead and do a Roman numeral analysis of the chords in this song. And remember to use uppercase Roman numerals for major triads and, of course, lowercase Roman numerals for minor triads. Also, keep in mind the key of this tune in our songbook on page 265. It's in the key of E minor. Okay? Yeah, so go ahead and pause this video and see if you can come up with some Roman numeral analysis for those chords. And then, once you're finished with that, join me on slide number 15. So, an analysis shows that only 3 chords occur in the song. What are they? E minor, B7, and A minor. Right? And so E minor, since this is in the key of E minor, is going to be considered our 1 chord, right? Remember, think back to your E minor scale. Maybe go ahead and play it. So what's key of E minor? What do we have here? 1 sharp. So E, F sharp is the 1 sharp, and then G, A, B, C, D, E. At least for the natural form of the E minor scale. So go ahead and then play those chords, right? What's the tonic chord is going to be E minor in this case, right? And then the subdominant chord is going to be A minor, right? Because that's the one built on the 4th scale degree of the E minor scale, right? E, F sharp, G, A, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the subdominant, right? Now in Pat a Pan, maybe you noticed the melody uses some D sharps. And so remember, D sharp in the key of E minor indicates what? That's gonna, if we play our E minor scale again, but use a D sharp instead, what scale degree is the D sharp? We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's D sharp 7, right? So 7 is a raised 7th scale degree in E minor is D sharp. So, and recall what form of the minor scale uses a raised 7th scale degree. Right, that's the harmonic minor form. And so, Pat a Pan, we could really say it's in E minor, but more specifically, it's an E harmonic minor, right? And so the 5 chord is going to use that D sharp. So instead of a D natural, which would make a B minor chord, right? B, D, F sharp, the chord built on the 5th scale degree of the natural minor scale. This one's going to use a D sharp, which means now that the instead of D, now we have D sharp, right? And so that's going to be our 5 chord in the key of E minor, right? In the key of E harmonic minor. And then if we wanted to add a 7th, we could add an A to it, like we see in Pat a Pan. So, this minor 1, minor 4, and dominant 5, 7 are the primary chords in minor. Okay. All right. Let's move on here to slide 16. So, most harmony in minor keys derives from the harmonic minor form of the scale, like Pat a Pan does, right? this illustration here on slide number 16 shows the triads on each scale degree of the harmonic minor scale, in this case the E harmonic minor scale. Let's play those. I'll play them right now, but you should pause the video after me and see if you can play them on your own. Okay, so our first one is E minor, right? E, G, B, that's our tonic chord. And then if we go through here, what's our next one? We got F sharp diminished is our 2 chord, right? Just using the tones of the scale, F sharp, A, C, making triads. And then what do we have? We're going to have our 3 augmented chord, because think about it, we're using the harmonic minor form. Now D is sharp, so now we're going to have G, B, and now D sharp, right? Because we have to use that D sharp anytime we encounter it. There's no more D in harmonic minor, it's D sharp. So our 3 chord in harmonic minor is a G augmented chord, right? Looks like our 4 chord, that's just going to be A, C, E, right? That's the 4th scale degree. That's again our subdominant in minor, right? In E minor, it's A minor is our subdominant. Let's go to our 5 chord. So that's going to be B, D sharp, F sharp, right? So remember, again, we have to use D sharp in harmonic minor. Then our 6th chord is just going to be a good old C major chord, right? C, E, G. And then our next chord, our 7 chord, is going to be a D sharp diminished chord, because now we have D sharp, F sharp, A, and that just so happens to make a diminished 7 chord. And then we end on, then we have back to our E minor 1 chord, our tonic. Okay? So go ahead and play those yourself if you can, if you have a keyboard. And yeah, just listen, really listen to those harmonies, right? They're really kind of nice. All right. So after you do that, then let's move on to slide number 17. A little bit more about the harmonic system in minor keys. So now, listen to Go Down Moses, right? There's a link here for that. And also, again, anytime you're listening to these, also, follow along in the songbook. So this one's on page 248 in your songbook. 248 and 249, actually. Both pages. So go ahead and do a Roman numeral analysis for Go Down Moses. And once you do that, you shall find that there are only, we're only using primary chords here in Go Down Moses, right? We're using 1, 4, and 5, in other words. Now in the key of A minor, what are the primary chords, right? Recall key of A minor, right? No sharps or flats. Play your A minor scale, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, right? Play your A harmonic minor scale now. A, because Go Down Moses uses A harmonic minor. So raise the 7th scale degree, A, B, C, D, E, F, G sharp, A, right? So our 1 chord in A minor is, of course, an A minor chord, right? And then our our 4 chord is going to be built on the 4th scale degree. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a D, so that's going to be D minor, right? And then what's our 5 chord here? Well, if we're using the harmonic minor form of the scale, which most tunes in minor use, we're going to get the 5th scale degree is E, and then if we put our built-our triad on that, we'll get E, G sharp, B, right? Remember the G sharp is our raised 7th scale degree in the key of E or A minor, right? Okay, so good. Let's move on. to slide 18. Okay, so a little bit more here about the harmonic system and minor keys. So although the primary chords in the harmonic form of minor appear more often than in other chords, so the primary chords in the harmonic minor form appear more often than the secondary chords, in other words. Some songs use the full harmonic resources of the minor scale. So as you can see on slide 18 below, we could see the chords built on the natural minor scale, the harmonic minor scale, and the melodic minor scale. You can go ahead and play those if you want. I won't play all of them right now, but it's a good idea to start getting them into your ears. Let's actually look at the next page. We'll look at a tune here that uses that borrows from two of these scales in the same song. So, Greensleeves, page 250. So look at Greensleeves. Go ahead and do a Roman numeral analysis real quick of Greensleeves. Remember, Greensleeves is in E minor. Greensleeves a little bit trickier though, because it borrows from melodic minor. Really we could just say it's in E melodic minor. We could say, because remember melodic minor, the ascending form is the one in which we raise the sixth degree and the seventh degree. So for E minor, right, we have E, F sharp, G, A, B, and then C sharp is sixth scale degree, and then D sharp is 7, and then back to the tonic 1. But remember, on the descent, we put 6 and 7 back to their natural form, right? So now D sharp goes back to D, C sharp goes back to C, and then of course 5, 4, 3, and then F sharp still stays the same because it's part of the key signature, and then back to E, right? So refamiliarize yourself perhaps with the E melodic minor scale. Okay, so notice in Greensleeves that it's mostly, we can see that one thing that might be tricky here is that we see a B minor chord and a B7, a dominant 7 chord here. So, for example, look at the second measure of Greensleeves. We've got a B minor chord is used here. And then we have an E minor. So the B minor chord, we could say, which scale is that from? Right? Because remember, B minor is going to be the 5 chord in E minor, but if it's minor, it's going to come from the natural minor form of the scale, right? Or we could think of it as it comes from the descending version of melodic minor scale, right? Which, we could do that because then it would be in the descending. Remember, the descending form of melodic minor is the natural minor scale. So that's one thing. And then look at measure 7. That's now we're going to use the D sharp, which is going to be the raised 7th scale degree. And so in that case, now our dominant 7 chord is going to be, well, it's not going to be minor anymore. It's going to be dominant 7, right? So now we'll have, what here? We'll have then our dominant 7, and then back to E. And then the G chord, what's that going to be? That's a 3 chord. Now it looks like it's major though. So so the G major chord is also going to be from the natural minor form, right? Because if you look at slide 19 here, we see the chart harmonic minor. Our 3 chord is augmented, and melodic minor ascending, it's also augmented. So in this case, in Greensleeves though, we don't use augmented for the 3 chord. We just use the regular old G chord there. Okay, so go ahead and see if you can do that Roman numeral analysis, and maybe even just you could play around with Greensleeves, right? It's kind of has a really beautiful melody and beautiful chords. All right.